I don't think men are good people.
Wait, you think that now? All men.
You supposed to secure me. You the black man.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to a video titled K. Michelle Says I Don't Think Men Are Good People. So before we get into this one, we want to ask you guys to please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everybody for all the support, and we'll get into it.
Let me ask you a question. Because Nina and I were talking about this other day, and Nina made a statement to me. She said, you know what? When people meet each other, they should know, in a relationship, what each other's trauma is, so that you really know the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's K. Michelle's trauma?
Men.
Wow.
The center, I once said, what was the center, like, of my pain, of my life? I didn't have anybody, knock on wood, no one close to me die or anything like that. Everything that I've gone through has been because of lack of self-esteem and men being in the middle.
What do you mean? Like, explain that. Like,
I don't think men are good people.
Wait, you think that now? All men.
I don't think they're good people.
Okay, so what she's saying is her trauma is a whole species.
I don't believe that. No, I don't believe that though, because it's like she said it herself. It's the self-esteem that she had, right?
Yeah.
So you can't say men are all bad people when you just admitted that it was your own self-doing, right? So it's more, I think, of her own actions of like choosing maybe the wrong men and maybe not learning from the mistakes and choosing better for the next one kind of thing. But then to blame all men that are like all men are bad people, that's a really heavy claim.
Why not?
The reason for that, and I truly believe that, the reason for that is like for men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of like cheating. You know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. We've watched the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal.
Right.
Because you're taking advantage of my love for you, and I'm supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not dying with nobody. And to see girls come up to me, I'm the girl they come up to all day long crying. They tell me the most disgusting of stories that I couldn't even believe. And a lot of times men, the wrong man, will stunt your growth as a woman.
My thoughts are more so of like her projecting her own experiences onto these women who are coming to her crying for advice. Right. So for her, she's had only bad experiences. All men are bad, right? And then the girls that are come up to her, like that's all the advice that she has. That's all her experiences. So it's just, if you're gonna be coming from a tainted experience and then trying to like give advice to other people, you're not gonna steer them in the right direction.
Over what a man did to him.
So how is that raising a man then? Because you have a son who's turning 16.
That's why I don't want to raise another one. I'm struggling. He has took off with a white girl.
Wait.
As pro-black as we are.
Rewind.
Your son?
What you mean he's taking off with a white girl?
I get a phone call from my mama like, yeah, Chase said he could go on this date with some white girl. I said, okay, we got unity. It's all good.
Right.
But I didn't tell him he could go anywhere. But he ran out the house, went on his date. I'm just trying to tell him, wrap it up.
You look at Gen Z and what's happening, more and more black men are moving towards white women, right? So by her saying this, it's not a surprise. But what really kind of interests me is her complaining about men and saying men aren't good people. So I'm curious to see if that was a deciding factor for her son to ultimately go to a non-black woman.
Person, a black male, you my son, but out there you a black male. They don't
That's
care.
real.
That's putting it lightly.
Right.
They don't care nothing about you. You around here with these hoodies and these dreads and stuff, and you a straight A student. They don't know that.
Yeah, they just see a black man.
It's hard to raise a man. Like, it really is hard because I see a lot of women fail their sons because I dated them. So I don't want nobody look at me and say, who raised that boy? Like, I don't want that.
So you don't have an issue with him dating a young white girl. You have an issue with the complications that may come with it.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. My daddy's a Black history professor.
Right.
So you real woke.
Yeah, I used to work at the Civil Rights Museum as a child. They wouldn't let me go work for nobody and have a regular job. So I slept in the Civil Rights Museum when Martin Luther King was killed. I slept there several nights. My daddy do not play that about our history and about you doing stuff for your people. That's what my father is. He still got his afro. He ain't never, it didn't take Beyonce to bring him back to Black Girl Magic and Black Magic.
He was already on it.
He already
was
had it.
already on it.
So then you have an example of a black man then who
Yeah, but I have an example of how men should be.
Yeah.
Because I saw my grandfather raise 8 kids when my grandmama passed. And I never met her.
Right.
I've seen men. So nowadays, that's not the men that I see.
So this is my tiff. It's the fact that she has her father and her grandfather in her life saying that these men are incredible men. Guess what? Other men, let's say they're similar men to her, like the men in her family, right? They've raised sons. They are out there, right? So I don't know why she's trying to make it seem like, so even though she knows there's examples in her own family of good men, right? What makes her believe that those men they're not out there, right? So why is she not seeking those kind of men out? Is my question.
Well, I mean, she's attracting the Ray Rays and Pookies, right? I think she's from Memphis, right? And maybe she grew up in a rough environment and that's all she saw, right? But I mean, I would push back a little bit and say that I also grew up in a rough environment as well, right? So, and I pretty much escaped that in regards to the mindset of dealing, with a Keisha or dealing with somebody that wasn't submissive, right? Like I developed myself and I built myself up to come out of that mindset, right? So I think for her specifically, she needs to come out of that mindset of where she was from and start to look at her surroundings outside her bubble so that she can ultimately get that outcome that she truly wants.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, so her father and her grandfather, maybe they're more traditional, right? And nowadays, there's not as many traditional men, would you say?
Well, see, the thing is, men are reacting to what's happening in the dating market. Right? Because I've said this before, if all women wanted guys that drove Honda Accords, all guys are going to drive Honda Accords.
Okay.
If all women wanted a guy that was traditional, then all guys would be traditional, right? So I think for the most part, men have remained the same in regards to what they want, but they're kind of reacting to the changing dynamic because of women, right? Being liberated and free, men are kind of reacting to that, right? Because ultimately, they want access to sex and they're going to do what they have to do.
Yeah, I'm just thinking though, but there are traditional men out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm just like, she's making it seem like it's like a needle in a haystack, So that's just the thing where it's not the truth. Yeah. And it's obviously painful for me to see this because I'm like, it doesn't have to be this hard for you. It really doesn't. So anyways, I think it just takes some learning and some like self-awareness to kind of like scale back and say like, all right, what do I need to do? Like, just like what you did for yourself, right? Yeah. You're like, let me try to build myself up, making sure that I have the right mindset and then going from there. Yeah. So maybe she just needs to know again.
Yeah. You need to know what you know and what you don't know. Yeah. Right. And a lot of people don't know what they don't know, if that makes sense. Right. Yeah. So like you said, you have to be self-aware as to where you're at and where you want to go and try to determine what knowledge you need to get there. So that you can get the outcome that you want.
There with the dudes in the back, and young dude asked me, he said, where your security? Where you at? I said, well, sir, how old are you? I said, why are you asking me for the security? You supposed to secure me. You the black man.
Yeah.
Like, why I gotta be scared around you? You supposed to protect babies and men.
Speaking.
These men ain't protecting nobody.
Why do you think that is?
Cause they mamas ain't raised them, and they've seen, it's what they've seen. If you don't know, you don't know. They haven't even seen better, for them to know how to do better. So I'm looking at men and all these men cheating and bringing down these women. You need them women to uplift you. You giving them AIDS. You are killing them. Like you killing these women that you need. I just don't like it. I can't do it. So I look at men and I have an anger for them. I see how they make women feel. I have a brand new TV show on Lifetime. My first show I'm producing. And it's helping women get silicone out of their body. I'm paying $200,000 a pop, the network, to help these women. And you should hear the stories, all because of a man.
When it comes to surgery, right? And she's trying to make it seem like it's these men, these men are forcing women to get surgery.
Right.
These women feel pressured to attract a man to get the surgery, right? But it's their own choice. If they were like, you know what, I want the man who accepts me for like how I'm naturally, like I physically can be, right? Meaning if I go to the gym and I just work out my body, what I have, right? And then from there, from the results that I'm able to get from that, naturally from my own body, then I want the men to attract from that. Right?
Yeah.
Not from trying to get men who only like the fake butts and the fake boobs and all the fake lips and all this stuff. So it's the women's decision. So she's trying to make it seem like it's all men. Again, she's putting all the pressure on men to say like, this is all your fault. Look at all the women who get surgery because of you guys. No. It's the women. Women don't need to do that. There are men who like natural women. Not every man likes a woman with plastic surgery, right? So anyways, that's just my little rant.
Yeah, because what she's doing is she's projecting her insecurities onto men, right? Men are the escape route of her insecurities and failures as a woman, right? Self-esteem. It starts with yourself, right?
What did Cat Williams say?
It's called self-esteem. It's esteem of your mother self.
School teacher, she can't even walk. Her husband made her get a bigger butt
Her husband
and left her
Made her.
for a younger woman, and now she hitting me because she don't want to die and got a child, 3-year-old child. Like that's how could I possibly, if I'm hearing women coming to me, how could I possibly think that it's better men out there? I don't believe it.
So you believe a lot of the self-esteem issues in these women are, and for you even, are coming from men and their perception of what they want us to be as black women?
How we supposed to look. Now they want to date outside the race and make you feel like that, like you need some curly hair or you need to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's not set up.
What do you say the men that say, well, nobody told you to get implants and what you went through?
They don't have to say it. It's in your actions. It's in your, ways. It's what I see.
The preference.
It's what you see. So you look at that. If you want that type of dude, or you want that type of, attraction, then you do things like that. Sometimes people do it for themselves. But I did it at first because I already had butt.
Yeah, you already
I just
had
wanted
shame.
some more.
The key question is, why did you put that in your mind to think that you needed a bigger butt? You know what I mean?
Social media.
Right. Social media, you're trying to keep up, right? I mean, that is a self-esteem issue. That's not a man issue, right?
Yeah.
And women are saying it, my body, my choice. So you can't pick and choose when you want to, say that it's your body and your choice. And then once you don't like the outcome of whatever decision you made, then it's a man's fault. That's not fair.
You spoke about the strong male figures that you had in your life. Was there like one point in time as you got older that made you have that self-esteem issue where you wanted to alter your body?
I think it was the industry. I think it was just, I was entering that business. Like I had got my first record deal. And I said, I'm not going to sign this record deal because I was so insecure I didn't have any boobs. So I was like, I'm not going to sign this record deal until you guys give me boobs and teeth. That's what it started with, I got to be prepared to stand up there next to my favorites.
So that pressure wasn't from the label, that was you.
Yeah, that wasn't them. They paid for it, but they didn't pressure me to do anything.
If you have a problem, right, in your life, if you're going to be blaming everything externally and you're not looking internally of like, what did I do to cause this? Like, what? You're just going to continue yourself in a circle. You're never going to come to a resolution.
Fight with a record label.
So then why did you feel that pressure to do it then? Like,
I just saw it. And I thought, because, it was the day of the butt. You know what I'm saying?
It came strong.
And I saw it and I wanted it. So I was like, okay, I need this because this is how these successful girls have this.
Yeah.
So this is my shot. So I want to be successful and I want to feel beautiful and I want to be ready to be the perfect artist.
Did it help you?
No, I was like in magazines and things and on, like People magazine, sexiest people. Who cares once the magazine is ripped? Like
I gotta be honest, it hurts. I'm a single guy. I'm by myself. I think I'm a good guy. I ain't a perfect guy, but I think I'm good.
You a good guy.
Thank you, Jay. And it hurts me to hear you as a black woman say that you have issues with all men.
Yeah.
What can somebody do to change your perception, or is that something that you feel you just gonna carry the rest of your life?
I think that's God. You can't help that one. God gonna have to come.
No. Don't do that. Oh my
Why is it that women always, sorry, not all, but why is it that some women try to bring God into these weird conversations about rationalizing their thought process? God didn't put that spirit in you to say that men aren't good people.
Why does she want to carry this burden for the rest of her life? Like, seriously though, like, why would you want to hold that anger for the rest of your life, being like, no, I'm sticking to my guns. God, this is what God has brought to me in my mind, so this is what it is. It's like, hey, listen, sometimes it's you. It's not God. It's your own thoughts. Poor guy over here is being like, I'm a good guy, and you're telling me I'm a bad person because I'm a man?
Just met the guy, and yeah, you're a bad person.
Damn, like, it's
Let's continue. Let's finish this off.
As far as like dating or try, every day I'm gonna see a woman when I come out of here, and she's gonna cry, or she's gonna say, let me tell you what happened to me. So if you are confronted, God put you on a pedestal to heal and talk to women for some reason. So if every day you're approached like this, how am I supposed to be like, oh, it's good men? Because I don't know them. I haven't met them other than my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? And my father, I don't know those other men.
Are you in a relationship now, though?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship
And what
now,
about
and
him?
he has his ways with him. And I'm very cold. I'm very, I'm very like.
she's not being open to the fact that there actually could be good men. She's just completely closed off. If she just maybe took a second to ask questions of being like, okay, how do you treat women? Or what do you think a good woman is? And what, you know what I mean? Like, try to ask them questions and try to determine.
The issue again is not men. It's her.
Yeah.
She should be asking, how do I treat myself?
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that.
What does he say about that?
Oh, he just tries to, I think, kind of ignore it, or he knows it's an issue because imagine sitting there while I write these songs. And he knows my content. Like I always say, I can't date you unless I can write a song about you.
Period.
So he knows the content is probably about him right now.
Can I ask this question? Because a lot of men are hitting me because I did a live stream, and they're asking me this question. Because you've been brutally honest up to this point.
I will be.
Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Yeah, I've cheated.
Her main thing of like, all men are bad because they cheat, right? That's pretty much what she's trying to say, right? Mm-hmm. So she's cheated. So what if these men were like, all women are bad because because all women cheat or something?
Yeah.
So she would not take offense to that?
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.